A 29-year-old woman, an ATV, a winding cliffside road in Malibu, and a 350-foot plunge that ended everything in an instant. But this wasn't just anyone. This was Sophia Hutchins, Caitlyn Jenner's friend, manager, roommate, and, depending on who you ask, much more. The official report says it was an accident, but something doesn't sit right. Why was Caitlyn Jenner spotted at the crash scene just minutes later? Why hasn't a single Kardashian spoken up? It happened just before noon on July 2nd. Sophia was driving an ATV along a winding stretch of road in Malibu, a location eerily close to Caitlyn Jenner's own home. According to California Highway Patrol, Sophia rear-ended a gray Mazda. But it wasn't just a fender bender. The impact launched her ATV over the side of the road, sending both vehicle and rider plummeting 350 feet into a steep ravine. By the time search and rescue reached the scene, Sophia was already gone. 2 women in the Mazda were unharmed and remained to speak with authorities. Early reports suggest Sophia may have been speeding, attempting to pass the vehicle or misjudging the curve. But even those statements feel oddly speculative, almost like they're trying to wrap the story up too neatly. This is the tragic, tangled, and somewhat suspicious story of Sophia Hutchins and the shadows that surround her death. But let's break down what really happened on that road, because the details are disturbing. Sophia was alone on the ATV, no helmet, no protective gear, and no dashcam footage to explain her final moments. The road she was on? Narrow, unprotected, no guardrails. Locals have called that stretch of Decker Canyon Death Road for years. Multiple accidents have happened there, especially with speeding vehicles and motorcycles. Some residents say they've asked for safety improvements for over a decade, and nothing's been done. Authorities said it looked like she wasn't trying to follow the car, but simply lost control. But if she wasn't tailgating, why was the crash so violent? Was it mechanical failure? Brake issues? The ATV was found crushed beyond recognition. And the bigger question, why was Sophia, a high-profile public figure, riding alone that morning? No entourage, no handlers, no cameras. Just her on a dangerous road at high speed. Why was she alone? Why was she in such a rush? And why did she die just minutes away from Caitlyn's home? Within hours, reports began surfacing that Caitlyn Jenner herself showed up at the crash site, a detail that set off a firestorm of questions. Was she following Sophia? Had she been nearby when it happened? Multiple sources confirmed that Caitlyn was not with Sophia during the crash, but she did arrive at the scene shortly afterward. Some say she appeared distraught. Others say she stayed silent. No statement has been released from her since. And even stranger, not a single Kardashian has said a word. This is a woman who lived with Caitlyn, managed her career, and spent the last decade embedded in their orbit. And yet, nothing. No tribute, no Instagram story, no reposted photo. It's like she never existed. Why? Her appearance at the scene is raising more questions than answers. How did she hear about the crash so fast? Did she hear the sirens and rush over? Or had someone contacted her directly, possibly one of the women in the Mazda? And what happened after she arrived? Was she questioned by authorities? Did she speak to Sophia's family? Did she try to control the narrative? We don't know, because Caitlyn Jenner, the most public figure in the Kardashian-Jenner universe, has gone completely dark. The woman who normally shares every workout, every charity event, every new endorsement deal, has vanished from Instagram and Twitter. That silence isn't just unusual, it's calculated. In Hollywood, silence is rarely unintentional. To understand the mystery, you have to go back to 2015. That's when Sophia first entered Caitlyn Jenner's life. At the time, she was just 19 years old. Caitlyn was in her mid-60s and had recently transitioned. Sophia quickly became more than just a friend. She was labeled a manager, a business partner, a roommate. But the lines were always blurred. They lived together, they traveled together, they even shared a dog. Interviews dodged the word romance, but their closeness raised eyebrows. In one interview, Caitlyn refused to confirm or deny anything, simply saying, "We're kind of inseparable. We're the best of friends." Still, fans noticed the age gap, the power dynamic, the lack of clear boundaries. Was this a partnership or a dependency? Many in the industry suspected that Sophia was more than just a manager. She was a stabilizing force, a gatekeeper, the one person who kept Caitlyn's finances, public image, and inner circle in check. And maybe that made her powerful. Too powerful? There were rumors in past years that Sophia had disagreements with members of the Kardashian family, especially Kris Jenner. Insiders said Kris felt threatened by Sophia's influence over Caitlyn, especially after Sophia helped Caitlyn launch several independent business ventures. So, was Sophia just a friend, a partner, or someone the family quietly resented? In a podcast interview, Sophia described living with Caitlyn as living with a parent. She even admitted that she had to install a lock on her bedroom door after Caitlyn barged in while she had a male guest over. It was a passing comment, but it said a lot. Control issues? Jealousy? A relationship that felt more like surveillance than support? Sophia also confessed she had considered moving out, saying she wanted to live her own life, but felt guilty leaving Caitlyn alone. Was this the sign of a woman trapped in a situation she couldn't fully escape? And just weeks before her death, she had finally started to pull away. The internet doesn't forget. Within hours of the Starbucks photos surfacing, Twitter exploded. People weren't just criticizing Caitlyn, they were asking deeper questions. Is this how we treat people who dedicate their lives to supporting us? This is PR over pain. This is image over intimacy. Others brought up the eerily similar timeline of Sophia's potential move out and the accident. She was reportedly looking at office spaces in the city and talking about separating her business from Caitlyn's completely. Could she have been planning to speak out? One particularly viral post read, "When people leave powerful families, accidents happen." Sophia wanted freedom. What she got was a fall no one seems eager to explain. Then there's the part the media doesn't want to talk about. Because this isn't the first time Caitlyn Jenner has been involved in a deadly crash. In 2015, Caitlyn, then still newly transitioned, rear-ended a Lexus while towing a trailer along the Pacific Coast Highway. The crash set off a deadly chain reaction. The Lexus was pushed into oncoming traffic, where it was struck by a Hummer. The driver, Kimberly Howe, died at the scene. 4 vehicles were involved. 7 people were hospitalized. It was a horrifying moment, caught on camera and splashed across headlines. Prosecutors declined to press criminal charges, but Caitlyn paid an $800,000 settlement plus additional damages. Now fast forward to 2024. Another woman, another rear-end collision, another crash just minutes from Caitlyn's home. Coincidence? Maybe. But to some online, this is starting to look like a pattern. And in many ways, Sophia was still just getting started. But now, that story has been replaced by something far darker. A woman dies. A powerful family goes silent. And the world is left asking, how much do we really know about the people behind the headlines? Caitlyn was photographed the very next day, smiling outside a Starbucks with Sophia's dog. Alone. No statement. No visible grief. Was it her way of coping or a show of detachment? Either way, people noticed, and they didn't like it. Some said she looked too happy. Others said it was all an act. You don't lose your best friend in a 350-foot fall and then go for coffee. One comment read, "That's not mourning, that's image management." But people sometimes grieve differently. Was this crash just bad timing? Or was she silenced? It sounds wild. But remember, we're dealing with a family whose empire is built on controlling narrative. From Kris Jenner's notorious PR machine to the way every scandal gets buried under another flashy headline, nothing is ever left to chance. Could Sophia have known too much? Was she preparing to walk away and take secrets with her? It's a question no one's asking publicly. But behind the scenes, the whispers are growing louder. Rest in peace, Sophia. The world may forget you, but the internet won't.
If you like the video, please like and subscribe. We hope to see you again soon.